The 54 Immortals crush all opposition.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Casper Splix here, bringing you another video on the channel. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about my Call of Duty 2021 wish list. So I wanted to talk about some fixes that I want to see implemented into the next Call of Duty Vanguard. And I've been playing COD for a pretty long time, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I got a pretty good hold on things that might make the game better. So I got a few ideas. So let's hop right into it. The first thing that I want to see Call of Duty implement back into the game is the old Black Ops 4 Black Market system. I'm going to put it on the screen right now just so you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about post overhaul Black Ops 4, and just look at this system. Like, you could save up your cases and you could buy crates to get like random items, or you could save up your cases until you get 50 and then buy a new weapon, and every single day you could get different types of rewards just for free, just random things that were unique only to your account, so other accounts didn't get these exact same rewards. So the items that you were given or that you could buy were just super valuable because not everyone else had them. So you just kind of had to save up your cases to have enough to buy these random unique items. And I thought that was such a cool system because everyone had something different. Like, of course, the battle pass system, you guys are probably thinking is like really cool and whatnot. And sure, it might be pretty cool, but guess what? Every item is obsolete because everyone has it. It doesn't really work in this type of game. Like, it might work in Fortnite just because like everyone has the same skins and that's fine, but in COD it'd be so much cooler if everyone had unique camos instead of all having the same one. Instead of having like all the same guns and blueprints, having unique ones that only you can get by chance in the black market. I just think that's so cool, and it actually rewarded playing time. So the more you played, the more cases you could unlock, and that's due to the different challenges that they had, which were actually reasonable and actually worth doing, unlike in Black Ops Cold War. But yeah, just such a good system in Black Ops 4. I love that system. I'd love to see it return. But moving on to the next point I wanted to make here in my wish list is I want Sledgehammer Games to make great original 6v6 maps. Because I feel like in the past few Call of Duties, the maps have been so lacking that even if the gameplay might have been okay or whatever, it wouldn't matter because the maps are all trash. And any maps that weren't trash were all just remakes that we've played before 10 years ago. So I'd love to see Sledgehammer. I mean, they don't really have any maps that they could remaster. Like, they haven't been around that long. So hopefully that means that they're going to bring us some cool original 6v6 maps. I just hope they spend time on these maps and stop worrying about like ground war maps and things like that. No one cares about that. I just want to see good original 6v6 maps. And I'm not talking 8 maps at launch. I'm talking 12 to 15 maps. Like, let's get the maps going. You know what I mean? I feel like they've been so lacking in recent years, and they used to make such good maps, Call of Duty did, but nowadays it's just trash. We need a resurgence. That's all I'm saying. Uh, Point number 3 I wanted to make kind of stems from point number 2. Stop stretching themselves so thin with game modes and sideshows like Warzone and things like that. I feel like the developers are just stretched so thin, worrying about ground war, worrying about all these different game modes that no one plays, instead of just focusing on 6v6. I think Warzone just takes so much time out of people's days, and it's just not worth it. Like, the developers can only focus on so many things, so just focus on 6v6. Obviously, you're going to have to focus on Warzone, I get it. But how about not focusing on Ground War or Fireteam Dirty Bomb or things like that no one ever plays, that probably take the majority of the time because they're such big files to code. So I'd love to see them just focus straight up on 6v6 on the classic game modes. I mean, that's what the majority of the fan base, the vast majority of the fan base, is going to be playing. So if they start focusing on that and ironing out the bugs, the glitches, all of that in those game modes, I think we're going to be pretty good. That's a good start, and that's how you have good bones in your game, is when your core game, the majority of players play, is solid and is glitch free and actually looks good and has little gimmicks that make it much better. Next up, and this is kind of a big one for me, I want COD to go back to being fast-paced and arcadey. The graphics can look good, but as long as the game plays well and the movement feels quick, I don't really care about the realism. So what do I mean by all this? Let's kind of unpack it. Is Call of Duty, like especially Modern Warfare is what I'm really thinking of, was so slow. Everyone just camped. There were safe spaces. Don't even get me going, because I mean we all know how upset I get about this stuff. But it was just so slow, and I don't want that. And that's the thing. In Modern Warfare, the graphics look great. The graphics were great. It was the most realistic game ever. But just, I don't care about that. It goes to show that that's not as important as making the core mechanics actually good, quick, snappy, not choppy, not clunky, none of that. You got to have good game mechanics. You got to have the gunplay feel good. You got to have like weapon sway minimal. You know what I mean? You got to have ADS speed quick, because otherwise the game just becomes so slow and people will just start camping, because if it takes like 10 seconds to ADS your gun in, people are just going to sit in the corner with the gun already ADS'd, right? I mean, it's basic science. Science. I mean, it's not even science. It's just facts. It's not that difficult. So I really hope Sledgehammer gets that right. I mean, World War II, going off their last game, wasn't bad in that regard, so hopefully they can kind of take a page out of that book. Because honestly, if we get a Call of Duty as good as World War II at this point, I'm happy. Like, especially after the overhaul, I'm happy with that. So that's all I'm saying. And the next point I want to make, just real quick, we already touched on this one, was just stop focusing 100% manpower on Warzone. Warzone can be great, sure. I won't even say it can be a side game mode. It can be equal to multiplayer, but let's actually put some effort into multiplayer. Stop focusing all your time and energy on Warzone, integrating the weapons and things like that. Because if you forget about your diehard multiplayer fans, the people and the game mode that made you successful in the first place, I mean, this fad of Warzone is going to end at some point, and if you pissed off your hardcore fans and you gave them nothing to actually enjoy throughout the year, they're not going to come back, and they're going to be really disappointed, and you're not going to have a game. You're not going to have a franchise. So stop focusing 100% manpower to Warzone, and I think you'll be golden. Now, the last thing I just wanted to mention, I actually don't have this on the list. I just thought of this. They need to stop doing unnecessary innovating to this game. And what do I mean by that is, just look at Cold War. They innovated, quote unquote, by making a whole new score streak system that was literally the dumbest thing ever, and it doesn't even incentivize living, because who cares if you live, because your streak doesn't reset. I mean, just things like that ruin the whole game. Stop fixing things that aren't broken. That's all I'm saying. So I just thought of that, and I honestly think that's such a great point to make, because they keep fixing stupid things that were already awesome, like score streaks. Why would you touch that? It was such a cool thing already. It was already perfect. Just leave it alone. So hopefully the next COD can take that into consideration. And last but not least, this is probably the most important point I wanted to make before wrapping up this video, is you could have a perfect game. You could have great maps. You could have a great black market system. You could have great graphics. You could have great mechanics, all of it. But if you have skill-based matchmaking in the game, or at least cranked up to the level it is right now, it doesn't matter what game you have. You could have Skyrim, the best game of all time, but guess what? The game would still suck, because skill-based matchmaking is the Grim Reaper of Call of Duty, and any game that has it is going to immediately be worse, because instantly it caters to noobs, and noobs got to get spanked. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. Noobs need to learn to get spanked, to get pushed around, so they can be better at the game. I want to play a variety of kids. I want to play against the sweats once in a while. I want to play against noobs. I want to pub stomp. And I want to play a good mix in the middle. And honestly, I haven't had that COD experience until I hopped back on BO4 a couple weeks ago, where I remembered what it was like. Even that game is skill-based matchmaking, but at least it's greatly diminished, right? So you don't have to remove it entirely, Activision, you scum company, but just diminish it a little, you scumbags. So anyway, I don't know, I'm getting upset at Activision because obvious reasons, but anyways, that is my Call of Duty 2021 wish list, and I doubt any of this happens to be in the game, but there are my 2 cents about it, and hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I'm out of time here, so I will see you guys on the next one. Drop a comment and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'd love to hear your comments, what you want to see in the next Call of Duty, so definitely let me know down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.